Welcome back to the Mark David Show, where the truth is a conspiracy. Let's go to some new world order news here on the Mark David Show.
A monolithic and ruthless conspiracy.
A new world order.
A new world order.
A new world order.
Military-industrial complex.
So the Supreme Court of the land, the Supreme Court, the Monsanto Court, ruled that police can swab your mouth without a warrant, just as part of a arrest procedure. Open your mouth, we're going to swab it. We're going to take some of your DNA. And of course, with that, they can determine if you smoke pot or not. Of course, it's supposed to help identify you because your fingerprints apparently don't work for that anymore. So now they can determine, have you smoked pot? Because if you do, we can take your guns. Because actually, that's, as I reported, I think it was a year ago, approximately a little over a year ago, it's illegal to use pot and have a gun. Of course, they're saying it's to identify you. You might be a terrorist, blah, 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 blah. No, but ultimately, it's just a way, it's just like TSA molesting you in the airport. It's no different. Here, open your mouth. We can take DNA from your mouth. Who knows what we're putting in there? The whole point is this whole concept of just absolutely, utterly, physically owning you, top to bottom, and they can accost you in any way. And with the overwhelming reports of police shooting people and killing them, oops, didn't mean to kill them. Sorry, no accountability, almost zero accountability when this happens. Now they'll just open your mouth, take your DNA. And you better comply because they have a habit of shooting people and having no accountability for it. Because they own you. They own everything about you. Because you're not a Rockefeller. You didn't inherit the GE building. You don't get to partake in the fracking. If you work hard enough, if you're lucky enough to get a communist job, you might get a little extra money to invest in their fracking. But, of course, can't trust the investing because there's so many people over there, computer algorithms and so forth. They've broken the stock market. Point is, they absolutely own you. And what's frightening, to me, anyway, for what it's worth, is how much New World Order news is coming out of schools now. The things that they're doing in schools. Like this teacher in Chicago, he got in trouble for telling students, here, I'm going to pull this up. This is from NBCChicago.com. A Batavia high school teacher is under fire from school administrators after he reportedly told his students they did not have to answer questions about their behavior, which included their use of drugs and alcohol, on a survey designed to ferret out Bavadia students' mental acumen. So here they're given a survey to students to survey their mental acumen, and the teacher says, hey, don't tell them your history. Don't just trust. Here, this is important. Think about this. Here this teacher's saying, hey, to his students, who he's taking a responsibility to. He's taking on a responsibility beyond his job description. He actually has a physical heart, and he actually thinks about these young people as future men and women. Maybe he sees the writing on the wall of the type of scenario they're going to live in versus what he grew up in. And he says, hey, don't just trust the government. Don't just blatantly trust them. Don't just give them your history. Of course, then he's in trouble. Now, if you're a teacher and you say, hey, students, if you don't go to college, if you don't borrow money for college, you're going to flip burgers at McDonald's. But students, hey, you don't want a great route for students when they graduate is the military. So if he joins that channel, we would never hear his name. We'd never know about him. Because he's just doing what teachers around the country are doing. But if he says, hey, you have rights. You can refuse to give information when somebody's trying to study your mentality. Well, no, sorry, teacher, you're in trouble, buddy. We want their DNA. We want to swab their mouth. And so where does this all lead? Well, here's the great thing. This is also from NBCChicago.com. What happens to those to the people that graduate and then go on to the military and then they get out? Let's say they don't die. Let's say they're not part of the record number of people shooting themselves while they're in the military. They come out. This is what they're going to do in Chicago. This is great. This is Rahm Emanuel, basically the next generation Dick Cheney. This Rahm Emanuel. Quote, People Scout is a wonderful Chicago company that is helping America's heroes find jobs, Emanuel said in a statement. I also commend Walmart for their commitment to hiring veterans. This is a great program that will help many families around the country have a better quality of life and a brighter future. So basically, in Chicago, Rahm Emanuel hired a private company to help veterans get jobs at Walmart. That's what you get. That's what you get if your teacher tells you that the military is where you should go to work, and then you get out and they'll help you get a job at Walmart. Because, as Rahm Emanuel says, this is a great program that will help many families around the country have a better quality of life and a brighter future. Thank you, communist masters. Here, let me open my mouth. You can swab it a little bit.